Good to see you.
Alright, Revenants, welcome back to Vane, and today we will be continuing on here, and we can't go back to home base until we, to change our clothes or anything, so we are still in the same flame outfit that we were in previously. So here we will be running Queen's Claw, and we will be kind of paired up here in a weird way with the Lost Swinehander to kind of just clean up a whole bunch of the extra missions that we have left available to us. So we need to head back to the dried up trenches, and we need to head back to the cathedral, and we have a whole bunch of places that we need to head back to in order to clean up all these areas for once and for good. Well, not for once and for good completely, but just to get them progressed considerably to a point where we can move on to the actual storyline of the game, and we'll see what's in store for us here. Okay, so here's Gustav.
What evidence that Project Queen failed, and revenants had to fight to clean up the mess?
Mm-hmm.
Many must have been driven mad by dying again and again, while others succumbed to thirst and joined the lost.
Oh boy.
Fighting fire with fire has only turned our world to ash. I think we're close to the heart of the problem. We have a lot of evidence, but we just need a bit more. This isn't much, but please take it. It didn't help my cause, but it should be useful to you.
Oh, well, thanks, buddy. And there we go, we get opportunism, as that is a, where is it? That is a 20% increase to enemies with status ailments attached to them. And as you can see here, we are normal mobility, and now we need to head on down here into that area of the dried up trenches, which is kind of the decayed ship interior. It's the place where that Revenant is underground and you meet him for the first time. And so now we find a fella here that we should know and maybe love. Yeah, why hello again there.
Okay, let's keep going.
Depths, huh? Apparently there's a blood spring at the spot marked on this map. I don't know what's down there, and I can't drag everyone with me to look.
Okay, well,
Whoa. When did you show up? I'd like to tell you to mind your own damn business, but if you're really gonna scout it out for me, then this map is all yours. Just let me know what you find down there.
Okay, so there's the Cliffs of Rust, and this is the 5th depth map that we have access to, and we will head back to the Crypt of the Ribcage. And the Cliffs of Rust is a pretty simple place, as if you are trying to simply, pick up the keys for it. It's a pretty, it's a pretty quick and simple, easy place to run through, as well as running into the Despot himself, as he can go very, very quickly. So we'll see here in the ribcage, you'll notice that Aurora is here, and there's someone outside. So this someone outside, we will head on up to them. And this is Sophie. Hello.
The successor here is fascinating. I never dreamed the ribcage could create such things. I want to harness this power for all revenants. That means I have to do more research into the ribcage. But are there any clues as to where the successor is? Was I able to help out at all?
Well, funny story.
Oh, do you need something? You met with the researcher outside. She's been a nuisance lately, pacing around and complaining. Very well. In that case, take this with you. It has no special power, but it may provide clues, depending on who looks at it. That seems fair enough, doesn't it? I can understand what she wants, after all.
So this here is kind of some of the weirdest content in the game as you run in and out and talk.
Yikes! Don't sneak up on me like that.
You should really... Hold on. Where did you find this? I might learn the effects on the Thorns of Judgment. They're the spikes that suddenly grew from the land during the Great Collapse. It's hard to believe, but the cathedral wasn't always here. It was nothing but thorns before. Which leads me to think the successors have enough power to alter the thorns in some way.
I mean, that is interesting to note, and it's interesting to hear and everything, but it just is very odd that it's run in, run out, talk, and that happens. Just kind of odd to me. Now remember, we killed, or we saved Nicholas, so this time we can run back down here, and you'll notice that we have a shiny here on the floor.
Oh, is that...
And it is indeed another pureblood, and we can missile back up top. So kind of interesting that we are able to find out a little bit more about the world around us if we really want to, but you know, after you run through here once or twice, it's kind of like, well, what else would you do, and why would you do it? To run to these areas and do this over and over and over. So once you 100% the game once, it's there's really no reason to ever do it again, unless you just like doing these run back and forth kind of quests. As you see, there's a lot of teleporting, a lot of running around, and some of it is kind of useless, and some of it is really interesting. So it you know, it all depends on what's going on around you. Okay.
Good timing. I just got some. I think you'll find something.
More
Was I
Shang.
able to help out at all?
Finally figured out where the materials I've been searching for are hiding. The information this time is correct. The stuff I'm looking for is in this area of the depths. But I can't go in there on my own. Lost in that area are just too vicious. I don't want to put you in danger, but with your skills, I know you can handle it. So please, I'm begging you, haul those materials up out of the depths for me.
Okie dokie, buddy.
Greeting.
So there you see that we have two depth maps to go for now. Okay, and let's head on back to home base. Now heading to home base is kind of dangerous at this point, since it will trigger more cutscenes and so on and so forth. But as we have to do the two depths maps anyways, before we head on, we have to go back to home base at some point in time. So let's go ahead and drink some water here. So I hope the road to 100 stars of difficulty is helping folks figure out different areas and how they might go about building themselves out for the different encounters that you come across in Vane, as a lot of it is very problematic.
Could you fix this stuff up for us?
That's all she does.
Yikes, you must have seen some real action. Don't worry, I've got it taken care of. So what happened?
She's really knowledgeable for a 16-year-old.
You all look so happy, especially Mia.
Oh, well, yeah.
She needs to fix her shoulder strap there. Eva.
What is she doing here?
Please, Jack. You have to save Jack.
Well, I'm happy this run through that we'll get to save Eva. It's the first time in 10 stars we've saved her.
Let's take her to the back. We can shoot her there.
Now, Eva frenzying would be a horrible thing.
How do you feel?
I apologize for barging in like that. What's going on exactly?
Now you'll notice Eva has a lot of scars all over her body.
The cavern underneath the cathedral. We were attacked there. Jack lured them away so that I could.
So that's part of her story, are those scars. And it's
Attacked? Wait, what were you doing down there in the first place?
it's an intentional design choice for her character to show that much skin.
Our mission is the preservation of the successors and their relics. It is not a new phenomenon for successors to go into a frenzy. There has always been a need for someone to monitor them and to stop them if they ever begin to turn.
Now the scars across the face, I think,
A
are the
successor acts as
most
a vessel
disturbing.
for a relic, in both body and will. If that vessel breaks, it has to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
That's why you were hunting for revenants?
We considered every possible option. We truly did. But in the end, that was the only one that would work. I know it's no excuse for what we've done, even if it was the only way. That is simply a burden I will have to live with.
Yep.
I will always carry them with me. I will never forget the faces and dreams of those who stepped forward to keep the relics safe.
I suppose it really can't be all that easy to find a replacement vessel.
No, definitely not.
That's why we're here, to keep a constant eye on the condition of the other successors.
Wait, you guys are successors too?
Jack watches the successors for signs of frenzy, while I act as a temporary replacement until we can find someone suitable.
Holy cow.
My voice has the power to stave off frenzy, for a time at least.
A temporary vessel.
Look at Louis, more memories. My goodness. The dude hasn't died in a long
I'm
time.
beginning to see.
There's a successor resting in a crypt under the cathedral. We were traveling through the tunnels down there to check on them. I know I have no right to ask you for help, but
Don't worry, Eva. I will help you, if no one else will.
It's all right. You rest here for now. We'll rescue Jack. I promise. Actually, I have a question. The successor whose crypt is under the cathedral. Do you know who they are?
I do. In addition to a number of other scientific endeavors, he was involved in revenant research and an integral part of Project Queen. I believe you may have heard of him. Chuzo Mido.
Bleh.
Did you say Mido?
You know him?
Yeah. He sold us out. Me and my entire family.
And we also saw Mito in the cathedral memories from the ISIS blood code vestige fragments. So we definitely know about that. Okay, and so now we have this lady here, and she will give us a bunch of things.
I brought you something from the shelter. Provisions that you might be able to use. Please take them if you think they'll help.
Thank you, human woman.
I've heard stories about you.
And now we talk to Io and get her blood code, and we also pick up the Leda topic here. So as you can see, heading back to home base after the Ridge of Frozen Souls kind of just gives you lots of information.
Leda, do you know of her?
Why?
I heard she looks very similar to you.
Why, yes, I do.
At some point, she simply vanished, leaving behind only a single vestige.
Mm-hmm.
Louis thought it might mean something, so he brought it to me. I know nothing about her, but I feel that I should.
So how in the world did
There are
Louis bring it
memories
back?
in this vestige. Please, could show me?
Like, did he just scoop it up with a ladle and put it into one of those little cage things? Who knows? But somehow he got it back here, and they didn't touch it, which is good. But Io had it somehow.
Successor.
Who's there?
My name is Lady. I am an attendant, here to serve and support you in your tasks.
I see. But even so, I'm sorry. I cannot allow you to come inside.
I understand, and it will not be a problem. I will stay and attend to you from out here.
In that case, do you think you could talk with me for a while?
Why, of course. So the attendants just simply show up.
Woman, she's a hunter. What is she doing?
Leda? Where did you go?
Do not worry, Successor.
I was busy.
I have performed my duty and dealt with the intruder. They will not be able to revive now that they have been turned to ash.
That's... driving them off is enough, isn't it? Why did you have to go so far?
My duty is to protect and defend it. I must ensure threats are completely repelled before they have a chance to cause you harm.
Oh.
As the successor of the ribcage, I order you to stop hunting revenants immediately.
No, I'm sorry, Successor, but I will do what must be done. That is my purpose.
Leda.
So the attendants have their own kind of calling, I guess you could say.
Another intruder has been repelled. Successor?
It looks like I won't be able to remain myself for much longer. Thank you for everything, Leda. When that time comes, my only regret is leaving you all alone. You've always been so unerringly steadfast.
I do not understand. I have performed my duty. I have done everything I was supposed to do. Everything I was supposed to do to protect my successors.
So at this point, Io is investigating the purpose of an attendant, and this gives good insight as to kind of what an attendant is and what they do. So they act as kind of minions to protect the successor, with no questions
An
asked.
attendant of the relics. One who stands by and serves a successor.
Mm-hmm.
It is the same for me. My duty is to stand by your side and lend you my support, just as she did for her successor.
Yep.
We were created with the same purpose. That attendant, Leda, she was a defender of sacred ground.
Mm-hmm.
I am certain she fulfilled her duty until the end. Yes, she fulfilled her duty, and yet... I'm not sure how to describe what I'm feeling. It seems so empty somehow. Her life was consumed entirely by her mission. Leda. I want to know more. All this time I've been blindly following my duty. But is what I'm doing really the right thing? What is my true purpose in life? If I am with you, I may be able to find the answers to some of my questions, just as I did now.
So she's fine.
I realize that what I ask you now may not be part of my duty. Still, I feel I must ask it of you nevertheless. Please, will you permit me to go with you in your future travels? Are you sure?
So Io got a little taste there of of the fact that an attendant can definitely fight. An attendant can definitely
Please accept I am not here.
she can definitely take care of herself in combat now, as she is learning the purpose of what she can do. So there you pick up Eos, and that blood code is very, very good. It's a light scaling with a mild strength and vitality, so very, very good. And we can talk to Coco and pick up more items here.
If it's something nice, I'll buy it. Take all the time.
More items here. So we pick up the Queen Steels, and there's a whole bunch more things here available. Okay, and we'll switch out for the Blood Angel, as we will be heading to the Cliffs of Rust. Okay, and I believe it's this one. Yep, there we go. And since we will we will be wanting to do slash blood, and that will be our damage of choice. So we will switch this for execution, and we will keep these, and we will go for blood damage. There we go. Okay, and we'll still keep what we got going on here. All right. So let's head on down to the depths.
I'll lead the way.
And the Cliffs of Rust. So we have the Cliffs of Rust and Silent White to go through. Let's make a note of that here. So Cliffs and Silent White. Good. Now, let's see. Did I have something special for the Cliffs? I guess I kind of did, but I guess we'll head on forward with this. Okay, and as you see on the map, again, we have more item abilities, or more quest lines to head on into here. So we'll head on up this way and do the item collection here first. So there's that fella, and let's go ahead and get our items going here. Okay.
I'm going in.
And we'll go for a couple extra items here to get a plunge on this fella. And we'll go for a backstab. Okay, no backstab. And we'll head on over this way.
Find something good.
And that fella right there is what we want to kill. There we go. And that is the key. Good. And we're filling out the Hermes setups, the Hermes vestiges, as those are pretty important to fill out before moving forward into any area. So we'll go for this, and we'll go for another gift accelerator and a drain activator, because we need to go for some items and backstabs and such. So there's the Intensified Y, and it's the sword of choice usually, but for a lot of people. But it's nice that it comes pre-loaded with a chrome on it. Okay, we get a dagger and a nothing. So kind of a lame first area here, as we're paired up pretty well for this area, and we should have pretty good staying power and damage and everything when we come up against all kinds of enemies here. Now we want to wait for Bridge to Glory, as that is where the majority of our damage is coming from. So we'll go for some backstabs here and get Bridge going. Okay, and we'll go for, oh, okay. I was gonna say we'll go for another backstab, but it didn't look like that was in the cards. Okay, and we're just taking these guys down very quick. Okay, good. Okay, and we'll go for blood weapon. So it's important that as we run through here, we kind of just run over these enemies. And let's go for a backstab if we can. Okay, no backstab. that's fine. That's okay. And in here we have two of the big red fellas, and we definitely want to make sure that we are quick mobility to make sure that we can damage them easily. And there's no being shy with our gifts here. There's one. And where's this fella? Oops. Okay. And the flame fellas are the real problem in here. As you can see, we definitely don't have any issue taking these guys down, but the little flaming boys are the real problem here. So, and as you see, there's nothing else in this area, so we can just missile back. And there's no real reason to not missile back, as it's a long walk back for no real reason. So here you'll notice that we had to kill a guy to get one of the keys, as that is kind of unique to certain areas. Let's drink some water and get a little dry.
Something's nearby.
Okay, and the reason for that is it changes up the approach that the game takes
Thanks.
to gate the keys. There we go. We'll kill this fella. And we'll head on over
Enemy
here
below us.
and plunge him and go for a backstab to get some of that sweet, sweet I-cord, as we need a lot of it to make sure that we can gift effectively against these guys. There we go. And this fella here. Oh, come on. There we go. And here's a shield dude over here and the second key. Second key for us. Apparently it's key number 1. Okay, we'll just go ahead and kill him. And now let's do the invasion now, as we have our gifts active. So we will go for guard booster, mobility enhancer, we'll go for all the things here. And we'll start the invasion up. And these boxes are here for no reason, just to get in your way. Where's everybody? There we go. Oh my, there's 4 of them. Oh boy. Okay. Now the important thing here is to go for execution in order to kill multiple enemies all at once. But as you can see there, we definitely have some issues here. Oh, good grief. As there are spawning about 4 to 5 different fellas there all at once. And that just makes it that much more difficult. And because we have such a slow swinging weapon, it makes for a pretty big problem. But execution is no slouch, and it definitely performs exceptionally well. But it's just those guys were causing us some issues there. And Eva knocking people over screws up backstab potential and everything else. Okay. Okay. And if we can get a backstab on these guys, it would help us out tremendously. Okay. There we go. We'll kill him. And this fellow will go for backstabs on him to make sure that we have pretty much full I-core when we get into the invasion. Or not. Okay. And we'll ensure that this fella stays kind of staggered. Oh. Okay, let's go for a charge. Now let's just put him down. As it's not working out too well there for us, so let's go for blood weapon and go for a couple of items here, and we'll head on into the invasion. And this time, since we know they're coming from over here, there we go. And if we could get a backstab, it would definitely help us out. Okay. And apparently we can't get any backstab or anything going because Eva's killing everybody. Okay. Okay, let's go for a launch, as that'll hit a lot of people here, but that's not what we wanted to do. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and head on over this way and heal. Oh boy. Okay. What? Who is hitting me and how? Okay, let's get a backstab here. Okay, now we need to get execution going here. As that. Oh my goodness. There we go. And let's go for a backstab, and we'll get Bridge to Glory going here, and we'll get everything going. Oh boy. And as you see, these guys spawn right on top of you, and it creates a real problem. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's head on over here. Oh. Now, as you see, these guys don't do... They don't have a lot of health, and they die very, very quickly and easily. But the fact of the matter is they just are all swinging at staggered times. Makes for a real rough time, as you can clearly see. Okay, and probably instead of this, we will go for Volatile Storm, as that's a pretty big AoE, and that'll help us get some good damage on the enemy.
Just watch.
Oh my goodness, this guy hit me? You gotta be kidding. Oh man, it's just like stuff like that that becomes a real problem. Okay. And as you see, I mean, we just, we can put the enemy down very easily. It's just, you know, does it actually happen? See, why is this guy running over here now? Who knows? Okay. Let's go ahead and hit this guy a little bit. Maybe go for a backstab, if we can get it. Nope, no backstab for us. So there again, it's really unfortunate that if you're not lined up, you can be severely hampered. Okay. Okay. Oh, good grief. This guy has 3-hit attack pattern. Okay. And where is everybody? Okay. Okay. Oh, he's back up here. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go for a Volatile Storm over there and kill some people. There we go. And get a backstab. My goodness. My life for a backstab here. Okay. Let's go for Blood Weapon. Gift Prowess. Oh, good grief. Come on. Okay. And this fella now. Let's go for a launch. Oh, good grief. Here they come. Okay, good. Okay, let's go for a backstab if we can, or we'll just die. Okay, good. Now, it looks like everybody is over here to party. Okay, let's go for an execution. Kill these. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding. Ugh. There we go. Let's kill this fella. Now we got the big red here. Let's go for a launch. Oh man, it's good to be done with this invasion, as this invasion is extremely problematic since all the little fellas are running around, and you don't even get anything out of this really, as old world materials are good. I'll take old world materials, but it's definitely really frustrating overall. Oh man. Okay, so we survived, and what do we get in return? An alleviated broadsword. I guess the good part about that is that it is another item that you don't have to put a chrome on, and you don't need old world material for that. So we get stun shot here. That's where you pick this up. So it's good to have. But you know, it's kind of like, well, we didn't even get a weapon for that of really good value or anything. We just kind of got a thing. So whatever. Now you want to go for the guy in the middle. And we'll go for a backstab on him. And then we will go for an execution. Okay. And these fellas fall down. And we missile root back. So see, there's no reason to come and do these bosses in the depths when they don't have keys attached to them. Okay, let's go ahead and drink some water. I'm drinking a lot of water. Okay, and here is another pathway that is the exact same kind of idea. Here you have a whole bunch of enemies, and you don't need to go any farther than the fella over there in the corner. That guy over there that's coming up on us and creeping. And here he comes. Okay. And we'll kill him, and we get the key. So again, there's no reason to do anything other than just kill him and move back to the Despot. But you know, since we're running the 100%, we have to come and get all these things. So there's a sandwich that's for Io. She does very well with the sandwiches, apparently. And we'll go for all of our items here again. Now this is probably one of the most annoying areas right here with this section here, because you have these two fellas, and then you have the shooters behind you there. But since Eva is paired up with blood damage, she does exceptionally well versus these fellas. Oh my goodness, I can't even hit the guy. There we go. Oops. Okay. And we got some items here, but see, again, there's no reason to do anything here with these bosses. I don't know why there's not something extra attached to them. Okay. Right. And here for this kill, we will go for, let's see here. We'll go for a draconic stake. Let's see. I guess we could, if we remember it, go for this, and we'll go for Eva, and we'll go for, let's see here. I guess the broadsword, since it's, since we find it in this area. 56, 55, 52.6. Oh man, we're right there at that level. So we want to be dark all the way here. Yeah, we want to be dark all the way. As this will be this. Sure. That's all good. And yes. So for dark, let's see. These get us to 103. So that's really good. I think we'll pick up the intensified here. And what is this? 1425. Okay. So we will do this, and we will get rid of these, and we'll go for this, and drain activator, mobility enhancer, and stamina activator. Okay. Now I don't know if we will actually remember to use Dark Shout, but we'll see if we can actually remember to use it. And here, let's go ahead and pair up for this fella.
Like
yep.
Thanks.
This won't be a very long fight. Okay. There we go. And let's see this. Okay, and we'll go for this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and we'll heal. Okay, and we'll go back to Draconic Stake. Where is that? There we go. Alright, and we'll go for this. Okay, and we'll go for a Draconic Stake. Okay, now it should put him down. Good. Okay, and we'll go for a draconic stake. And there we go. So that's a very quick and simple, easy boss. He definitely poses no threat whatsoever to us, and it's very, very simple and easy to put him down very quickly and effectively. So we picked up a stun shot and a bunch of deaths from that crazy invasion with all the little guys running around. Anytime you get overrun by mobs like that, where you just completely get ripped apart by the staggered attacking pattern of all those enemies, it makes for a really, really bad time. Okay. Alright, I think, let's see, we still have Silent White to do, and we still have to go back and report to all the missions that we've accomplished here. We picked up Cliffs of Rust from the Self-Important Revenant, so I guess we should have teleported over there and given him the report here that this Lost is dead. So we'll head over there. Now we need to do the Silent White, and that goes back to Shang at the outer crossroads. So we will probably do that in the next episode, as we're getting kind of long here. So running the any of the dried up trenches or the Cliffs of Rust, it's very fun to run blood gifts and just completely annihilate the enemy.
Went into the depths for me?
Yep.
Thank you. So, what was it like in there?
Oh, you know,
Picnic, huh?
pretty bad.
Crap. Can't build a shelter without a safe location. Just my work. It's back to scouting for a spot again. I've known all the folks with me for a long time.
Except us.
I got tossed out of the shelter. They were fool enough to come with me. They lost their home because of me. That's why I gotta find them a safe place to live, no matter what.
Yeah, but dude, you were with me in Operation Queenslayer, so I don't understand why it was such a... why everybody got rid of... cast you out. I don't know. Pondering the wonders of life can be fairly problematic sometimes. But at least we're making our way through the 100% run here, and we have the ability now to head to 6 different depths maps legally by what we've picked up so far, and we're progressing the Self-Important Revenant quest quite nicely here. Okay, so I think we'll cut it here, and we'll pick up in the next one, and we'll be running the Silent White, and hopefully we can just kind of burn through there quickly and easily. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.